Hello everyone, welcome back to the channel for another video. This time, very interesting one. One that a lot of fans aren't on board with, but could be another Eddie Howe masterclass, couldn't it? Sorry for being a bit blurry, the light's not great in here today. But yeah, let's get straight into it. So Dominic Calvert-Lewin to Newcastle United. There's an Everton fan on TikTok who seems to have a decent following, seems to have got a lot of interactions on the TikTok that he's put out today, saying that Dominic Calvert-Lewin to Newcastle United is done. And it's for a very cheap fee of about 15 to 20 million. Now, the reason why, apparently, he's trying to run down his contract so he can leave for free. But Everton don't want that to happen, so they're selling him as quickly as they can to make as much money as they can out of him. Now, Dominic Calvert-Lewin's had his injury problems, let's face it. But if we look back at his record, he played 32 times last season, which is not bad. He's only scored 7 goals, though, and 2 assists. The last 2 seasons beforehand is when things were pretty poor. 17 times playing, 2 and 5 goals. But before that, if you look at from 2017 to 2018 to 2021, he played 32 times, 35 times, 36 times, 33 times, scoring 4-6. Then he started to hit the double figures, 13 and then 16. And then obviously the injury crisis happened. Personally, for 15, 20 million, Dominic Calvert-Lewin might actually be a good business because it lets us splash out somewhere in a different area, like a right winger, for example. Not getting European football may have hurt us a little bit financially, but I've still not given up the hope that we still might get European football. Chelsea take a 1-year ban for not complying to UEFA rules. But it's very interesting because Dominic Calvert-Lewin has different attributes to Wilson and Isak. And if you put all 3 of them together, you'd have the perfect footballer. Personally, my opinion. But if you put them as 3 options, one of them be injured at one point, so you'll have 2 strikers again. Those 3 striking options aren't as bad as what they seem. Dominic Calvert-Lewin could be the kind of person you throw on with 15, 20 minutes to go and say, right, we need to be a bit bullyish, we need to hold the ball up. He does that better than Wilson and Isak. He's also very good in the air, so if we need to put balls into the box, he's very tall, as we know. So he does have attributes, and we've been chasing him or watching him for 2 years. Now, we did the same with Gordon. We watched him for a very long time, and Eddie Howe pounced, or the club pounced when they could. Now, is this going to be another Eddie Howe masterclass? Can he get the best out of Dominic Calvert-Lewin like he has out with J7, Lewis, Kraft? Lascelles, he improved him as a player. He's improved everyone as a player. So can he do it with Dominic Calvert-Lewin again? Or is this a smokescreen? A smokescreen to say, look, we're chasing Dominic Calvert-Lewin. We're not looking at Sesko or Garizi. Now, Garizi would be my choice for a cheaper option because his buyout clause is only 17.5 million euros. And he scored 28 times in 28 games last season, which is phenomenal. I know it's in the German league before anyone says anything, but that is still a phenomenal record. So I would be looking at him. Sesko would be the dream signing, but I think you'll want to go to a club that's playing Champions League football. I just don't see him coming to Newcastle because of that, which is a massive shame. But that's my thoughts on Dominic Calvert-Lewin. Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. I'm really interested in hearing what other fans have got to say about it. Kelly is definitely a done deal. That is definitely done. Everyone's saying it now. Kelly is a done deal. Tosin is close. However, I have been saying this quite a lot. He was probably waiting to see who gets European football because of game time. So we have a fight on our hands alongside Man United, who have got European football now. They got Europa League as well, which is a much better standard of football than the conference. So Tosin might fancy going to Man United because he knows he's going to get more game time potentially, which would be a massive shame because Tosin for us, alongside Botman, and then having Shaw and Dan Burn and Lascelles and all these other players, I think would be a quality signing for us. But we've got a fight on our hands for him. He's been sent an offer. It's our final offer. He either accepts it or he doesn't. He knows Eddie Howe wants him. Does he want to work with Eddie Howe? We were front runners. Are we still front runners? Fingers crossed we are. Mamardashvili is another goalkeeper who we are still chasing, very much chasing. We really want him. We want it done before the Euros. Apparently, there's been more meetings, and let's see where we go with that one. I've also been sent, apparently, Bruno and Isaac are going nowhere, which is amazing. Pope for sale is untrue, so that's very interesting. And he's saying Tosin should be wrapped up within the next week. Kelly is done. That's the information I got. Now, Bruno and Isaac going nowhere would be massive for this football club. I'm still sceptical. I want to wait until this window closes on Bruno. I don't want to be speculating over him. Man City are very interested. It's down to the player. It's not down to the football club. If Man City come in and say, there's the 100 million, we can't stop them. It's up to the player to then say no. But however, seeing the wedding videos with him and J7, does Bruno really want to leave that dressing room? Does he really want to go and chase obvious trophies? He's going to get trophies. But does he want to win one trophy with Newcastle and become an absolute hero? He goes into the Man City team. He's just another player. He plays for us. He's a superstar. So, and the grass isn't always greener. You know, you can ask players like Demba Ba, Cabai. You know, they all left for bigger and better things and never really hit the heights that they should have. So let's wait and see on him. Talking about Bruno is it's a tough one because we all love him. We all know what he's capable of. He's a better player at Newcastle than he will be at City because he stands out more in our team. He won't stand out as much in the City team personally with, you know, the likes of Ford in there, Kevin De Bruyne, all them lot, Grealish, even though Bruno's probably better than most of them. Rodri. He's going to win things if he goes there. Don't get me wrong. I just hope he stays at Newcastle, becomes an absolute legend, and finally breaks our duck and we win a trophy with him because he'll go down in history as a legend and everyone will talk about him. He'll get the keys to the city, the full lot. And his dad loves it here as well. Does his dad want to give up on what he's got as well? That's the other thing. He's got to think of his family. His family are Geordies now as well. I'm just, you know, clutching at anything I can to make sure we keep a hold of Bruno. But I hope you've enjoyed the update. That's all the information we've got. It's very interesting stuff on Dominic Calvert-Lewin. Very cheap, if that's the fee. Is he worth the risk or is it a smokescreen? You tell me. I've told you what I think. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you tonight at 8:30 as we do the review of the full season with John, Superfan Dan, and Gary's back on as well. So that should be fun. And Ian as well, of course. So that will be fun tonight. So please tune in at 8:30. Take care till then.